Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. In today's video we're going to be talking about what happens when a truck driver gets a flat tire on his tractor trailer. So if you've heard the term 18-wheeler, that means that these bad boys can have up to 18 wheels. Now if you've been driving your car, you probably are used to 4. So imagine times that by a whole lot of wheels itself. And if you've ever been driving a car, maybe you've received a flat tire before, which means either two things happen. You had to go out there and change it yourself, or you had to find somebody to help you do it, whether you're driving someplace to do it or you call on somebody to help you out to do it. So what actually happens when one of these things has a tire blowout or a flat tire while they're driving on the road? Are the truck drivers responsible for actually changing the tire? That's what we're going to talk about in this video here. So when it comes to actually changing the physical tire itself, the actual actions are no different than a normal tire in a car, right? So if you kind of split into different steps, step number 1 is you have to jack up the vehicle, right? So make sure that the vehicle is not resting on the tire itself so you can take it out. Step number 2 is going to be to take out the lug nuts of the vehicle itself so you can remove the rim with the tire. And then step number 3 is going to be to put the spare tire with the rim and the tire back on, tighten up all the lug nuts. And then step number 4 is to remove the jack and bring the car back down. So that's the same thing that you would have to go through when it comes to a tractor trailer. However, truck drivers don't have that little jack that your car comes with that they can kind of rotate over to bring up the whole 80,000 pound vehicle, right? So truck drivers are not responsible for actually changing the tires itself. So either one of two things are going to happen. And so the one thing that you have to understand is a lot of the tires in the back actually have dual wheels, which means it's even distribution of weight, and that's why they have that, right? So the more wheels you have, the more you can distribute the weight on the vehicle. So if one of the tires on those dual wheels gets flat and there's a service station close by, the easiest and cheapest way to do it is just to drive the vehicle to a service station and then fix that flat there, right? If, say, both those tires blow out, or maybe your front tire that only has one wheel blows out and becomes flat itself, in that case, it's not that smart to actually continue to drive the vehicle on the road. It's going to be smarter to contact somebody, roadside assistance, to come on in and do that for you. Now, these things are going to have huge, more powerful jacks. Think about it, they have to jack up the whole truck enough to remove that tire and put the tire back just like you would in a car itself. Just bigger, more heavy-duty equipment that's needed. That's why truck drivers are not responsible for actually changing the tires. Now, truck drivers are responsible for doing their pre-trip inspection, their post-trip inspection, and their in-route inspection. And in all 3 of those inspections, pre-trip is done before they start, in-route is done during the trip, and post-trip is done after the trip is done. All 3 of those inspections should be done is checking the tire pressure on every single tire. Now it might sound complicated, but not really. You just get the tire gauge, you poke around at all the tires itself, make sure that you have a proper tire pressure. Now the one thing that most people don't understand is how tire blowouts actually happen. So if it's just a flat, probably not going to notice it as you're driving down the road, and you probably have enough time to actually get to the next service station as long as it's not the front tire. However, the big issue is when the tire actually blows up. And that happens not from being too much pressure inside the tire, that happens from the tire pressure being too low. So what actually happens is when the tire pressure is low and you put all that weight on the actual trailer itself, now more of that tire gets flat on the road, right? So more of the tire is actually touching the ground, which means the more it spins, the hotter it gets because of the friction. And when something gets hot, that air pressure inside there is then going to start to expand, because that's what hot air does. It starts to expand until the point where it pops like a balloon, right? And that is when a lot of damage can happen to your truck, to your load potentially, and to any cars that are driving by you, right? So that's why it's super, super important to make sure that you are doing your inspections properly. And here at Driving Academy, we can help you out with that entire process, right? So driving a truck can be extremely fruitful and you can make a whole lot of money doing it, but you do have the responsibilities to keep yourself safe, the load safe, and especially the people around you safe. So that being said, you have to get the proper training in order. You don't just want to go and pass a road test, right? You want to make sure that you get the proper training for your entire career moving forward. So you want to give us a call, 908-525-3609. Our name is Driving Academy. We're the best driving school in the entire country. We have a mission to help 1 million people get on the road to freedom. The cool thing about our school is we're open up 7 days a week. We have guaranteed training programs available, which means we'll guarantee that you walk away with a CDL license. And we actually have our own third-party testing site available too, which means that we're going to be the ones who are legally licensed to actually issue this CDL road test, which means you don't have to go to a DMV. So we're the ones training you, getting you ready for real life and to pass the test, and we're the ones who are going to be testing you as well. So if you do have any questions, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or check out our virtual school tour at cdldrivingacademy.com/tour, cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.